Hi, fellow Timeout lovers and sports lovers, and welcome to another episode of Timeout, a show anybody can watch about sports, stats, facts, and everything in between. From a fan point of view, I'm your host Charlie, so let's go get this ball rolling. Timeout. Let's talk about some sports. How did I miss that? Oh boy, man, fellow Timeout lovers. Wow, did we have some fantastic nail-biter, edge of your seats going on at the ALDS game 555 happening yesterday. The first game was, boom, happened around 4 o'clock yesterday, and we had those Blue Jays, woo, swooping in and getting a victory, woohoo, over those rowdy Texas Rangers. Oh man, wow, what a battle this game was. With Texas's own fielder go ahead and ground in one to fielder's choice, which was first base of course, and helping DeShields, woohoo, score one in for Texas. Now, with the Jays being frustrated and getting a little agitated, the Jays' own Batista went and said, it's okay, fellow Canadians, I got you, and doubled one to left to help Rivera score one in. Now the crowd fans are going insane. Oh man, they were going so nuts, fellow Timeout lovers, that they had to calm down everyone, and they had to delay the game because the Jay fans were throwing garbage on the field, beer cans, all this crazy stuff. With the police having to come in and then stop the crowd, they finally started back up again, and it was all about them Jays. In the bottom of the 7th inning, their superstar Batista, boom, homers one to the center, woohoo, 442 feet to be exact, to help Gruns and Donaldson score one in for the Jays, to help them Jays beat those Rangers. Alright, 6-3, winning the series now 3-2. Good job, Jays. The next game we head to Kansas City as we have them Royals hosting those out of this world Astros. As Houston started off the party as they quieted the Royals fans in the 2nd inning as Astros' own Vumbalina, boom, homers one to the right, 394 feet to be exact, to help Gaddis score one in for Houston. But then those comeback kids, those Royals, told them, don't call it a comeback. What? And the Royals told them fans, no worries, we got this, as they dominated the 4th, the 5th, and finally the 8th, that's right, the 8th inning, as Morals goes in, boom, homers one to the center, 440 feet to be exact, to help Escobar and Kane score one in for the Royals. The Royals finish off that party with a victory of 7-2, winning the series now 3-2. Woohoo! Good job, Royals. Man, talk about some awesome ALDS games that happened yesterday on Wacky Wednesday. Timeout. Fantasy. Rockstars. And what? Not stars. Okay, fellow Timeout lovers, now don't get me wrong, there was some amazing ALDS games on, but it's Thursday, so you already know, Timeout, it's time to talk about some, boom, fantasy football, Rockstars and Not Stars. Here are my choices for week 6. Okay, my rock star, boom, quarterback would have to be Tom Terrific Brady. With the Patriots destroying, literally snapping them in part, destroying the Cowboys the other day with a 30-6 victory. He broke records once again with 275 passes and 275 passing rush yards, not one but 2 touchdowns, and gave fantasy owners a whopping 25 points. Man, what a stud. My fantasy not star quarterback is Matthew Stafford for the Lions. With the Lions being 0-5 right now, Stafford is not helping the situation, as Matthew Stafford did not 1, not 2, but 3, count them, 3 interceptions the other day, and was benched in the 4th quarter. Only gave fantasy lovers 10 points. Definitely somebody you want to shelf. My running back, Rockstar, is Devontae Freeman of the Atlanta Falcons. With the Falcons still being undefeated at 5-0, Devontae has 153 rush yards, 1 touchdown the other day, and matched up with Mr. Tom Terrific and helped out fantasy lovers with 25, that's right, 25 rockin' points. Wow, what a stud. My not star is Alfred Morez, with only 15 rushing yards, and that's pretty much it. Bench him. 86th. My fantasy wide receiver is ATL's own Julio Jones with 67 receiving yards and 13 points for fantasy lovers. Definitely somebody who's going to go off to the races tonight, by the way, against the Saints, who unfortunately are only 1-4. My not star wide receiver is Lions' own Golden Tate with only 74 receiving yards and only 5, count them, 5 points last week. And the Lions not winning one game yet. I would shelf them. Next, my rockstar tight end is Cleveland Browns fellow timeout lovers. You're going to love this one. I'm going with Gary Benarge. He has 24 receiving yards, 374 yards, and definitely helped out with that insane touchdown last week. I think Luke McCowan is getting to throw to Gary many a time. So if you have him, definitely let him play him. My fantasy not star is Colts' own Colby Freeman, who's only been targeted 3 times and has nothing. Goose egg, 0 fantasy points. Bench him, get rid of him, trade him, do what you gotta do. Next, my next rockstar defense is shockingly the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are actually tied for 9th in fantasy points and going against Kansas City, who, by the way, fellow timeout lovers, if you're not aware, fortunately lost Jamal Charles for quite some time, tore the ACL. Not good. I definitely feel like the Vikings are going to surprise a lot of people. My fantasy not star defense is the Tennessee Titans. Shelf them. Well, there you go, fellow timeout lovers. Those were my rock stars and not stars for week 6. Timeout. Boom. It's pick'em time. Okay, fellow timeout lovers, with us going into week 6, here are my picks for this week. So, timeout. It's pick'em time. So here we go. Okay, tonight we have the Falcons versus the Saints. Thought about this one back and forth. I'm sorry, but the Saints are 1-4, and the Falcons are 5-0 for a reason. That defense is insane. Offense is insane. I'm going Falcons. All right, next for Sunday afternoon, we have the Bengals versus the Bills. Bengals are 5-0 for a reason. Andy Dalton's on fire this year, as well as AJ Green. Definitely going Bengals. All right, next we got the Broncos versus the Browns. Even though Peyton Manning didn't come to work last Sunday, I definitely think he's going to step up his game this time around. And watch out for CJ Anderson. And yeah, I think the Broncos are going to beat the Browns. Next we got my Chicago Bears versus another one of our arch enemies, the Lions. Timeout. With the Lions being 0-5, And going against my Bears, who actually really stepped up their game the other day. Jay surprisingly Cutler went and threw a amazing bullet to Matt Forte to beat the Kansas City Chiefs 18-17. I'm going Bears. Okay, Jaguars versus the Texans. Now everybody would probably think, oh well, JJ Watt's on the Texans, so we should pick JJ. You should pick the Texans. Well, not necessarily true, fellow timeout lovers, because the Texans don't necessarily have a quarterback. With the decision not still up in the air about Ryan Mallett and Brian Hoyer, Jaguars at least have a quarterback, and Blake Bortles, I think, can make it happen this week. So I'm going Jaguars. Next, we got the Chiefs versus the Vikings. I thought about this back and forth, and honestly, without Jamal Charles, that's definitely going to hurt those Chiefs. I'm going to go with the Vikings. They're going to get this win. Redskins versus the Jets. Jets are surprising everyone this year. They have an amazing coach. Todd Bowles is elite. Ryan Fitzpatrick is finally on a team that is connecting with him. With Brandon Marshall really stepping up his game. Eric Decker, Chris Ivory. I'm going Jets. Next, we got the Cardinals versus Steelers. Going the Cardinals. Carson Palmer is just a Superman stud. Larry Fitzgerald is just breaking fantasy points every week. Cardinals it is. Dolphins versus the Titans. Thought about this too. Okay, Dolphins, I'm going to pick you guys this week. We'll see what this guy Dan Campbell can do. We've heard him talk the talk. Can he walk the walk? Alright, I got Panthers versus Seahawks. I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I think that even though Cincinnati's a great team, they were very frustrated in that game, and I feel like the Seahawks have a lot to prove. And I'm sorry, I still don't believe in the 4-0 Panthers. I think they're just getting lucky. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Okay, we got the Packers versus the Chargers. Thought about this back and forth. You know, Phillip Rivers is on fire lately. Antonio Gates got not one but 2 touchdowns the other day. I'm going to go with the Packers. It's bad man. You got Eddie Lacy. You have Jones, which is back there. I mean, not to mention that defense with Clay Matthews and Julius Peppers. It's nothing to mess with. All right. We also have the Ravens and the 49ers. Thought about this one, and I think the Ravens are going to get a win with this. I'm not convinced with Colin Kaepernick right now, and I personally think that Carlos Hyde is the only one on that team that's really making something happen. And finally, the Patriots versus the Colts. Even though Andrew Luck does come back this week, he wasn't looking too pretty awesome when he was still around. And the Patriots are just on fire, and I really think they're going to go undefeated. I honestly do think that. So I'm going to go with the Patriots. So, those are my picks for this week 666. That's my show, fellow timeout lovers and sports lovers. Thanks for watching. If you really like what I'm talking about, then go ahead and give me those thumbs up. Or, if you really feel me, then why haven't you subscribed yet? Or, you can always leave me a comment below the video here. And don't forget to hit me up on social media, on Facebook at CharlesCowan/Timeout, as well as Twitter at TimeoutNow87. Until next time, Timeout! Let's talk about some sports. Woo-hoo! Have an awesome, fantastic weekend, and a terrific Thursday. All right, let's go Falcons versus them Saints. Time out. It's sports time.